Now in this video, we're going to take a look at masking an image inside of text, but we're going to do it a little bit differently in that I want to be able to keep the foreground area and make the text look like it's kind of in the background, but still letting some of the area of the image kind of show through. It's a little difficult to describe, so let's just jump right in and I'll show you what I mean. So I have an image of this kite surfer here. He's kind of right on the horizon. It actually is a really good shot, and it's got a nice silhouette happening and everything like that. So the first thing I need to do is create the text that we're going to mask this with. So I'm going to go ahead and set my text layer, and I'm just going to set the word surf just to keep things simple. And I'm using a nice big, wide, bold font here. It's actually called Swiss, so Swiss Black is what it's called. Nice big, giant, bold font there. So anything like that, like an Arial Black or something like that, will work fine. But if you have this font, that's fine too. So I'm just going to make that, position it right on the horizon there, maybe lower it a little bit, and almost fill the width of the image there with that text. Now, in the Layers panel, I'm going to go ahead and make a duplicate of the background layer of the kite surfer. So I'm just going to press Command J, and then we're going to take that layer and position it above the text layer. And then we want to make a clipping group out of the text. We want to clip this image inside of the text layer below. So I'm simply going to press Option Command G, and that's going to create a clipping group. Now if I turn the background layer off, this is what we see here, is that image is in fact masked inside of the text. But on the background layer, I'm going to reselect that, and we want to make a selection. So I'm going to start with the quick select tool, and I'm just going to drag around the subject here and get most of the sky. Let's get this area here and a little bit of the water there. I want to keep a little bit more of the water in this selection here. Now mind you, we are working on the sky right now as far as modifying the selection. Ultimately, we want the water surface and the subject to be selected. But I find it easier to go ahead and do it this way and then inverse the selection. So I think that looks like it might work pretty well. So you can see we've got a selection going on around the subject there. So I'm going to go to select and choose inverse. Now the bottom, the water area, and the subject are now selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Refine Edge, and immediately you're going to see the effect take shape the moment you click the Refine Edge button. So what we've got going on here is it's masking out that image, and it looks really good, and the text looks like it's sitting on the horizon in that background area. So just to add to it, I'm going to use the Refine Radius tool here, rather, and paint just along that horizon line and help bring back some areas. I don't know, that's too big. I don't want to be too much there. And just go right across that horizon a little bit, and right in these areas where the water splashes are. So bring back the splash a little bit, but not so much the background element there. So that looks pretty good. And don't have to do too much. Let's get that little area inside of his arm there, and maybe this little area inside of the strap. Right along the edge here. It looks pretty good. And that is pretty much it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click, well actually no, let's go ahead and bring this back. Let's go ahead and do this with a new layer with Layer Mask. And go ahead and click OK. And there's that image there. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer underneath and just fill that with white. And that is pretty much the finished effect. Now if I wanted to go ahead and just, like this little area here by the F where there's a little bit of transparency there, I can go in that layer mask and just paint with black with the brush blend mode set to overlay, and I can go ahead and brush that back in a little bit, painting with white of course, and let's make it a little bit softer and bring back a little bit more of that area there, just like that. There we go. But there we are ultimately getting that cool image masking effect. It's allowing certain foreground elements to kind of break out of the text, but most of the sky element is containing in that background element there. Now you could do something like go in and select that text layer and maybe stretch the text up, and it will reveal more of that sky and maintaining that that masking effect in the foreground. But there you can see in just a few clicks, just duplicating a couple of layers, creating a clipping group, and then doing a quick selection, you can get an interesting effect. Rather than just doing the simple masking an image inside the text with the clipping group, you can take it a step further and reveal those foreground elements in a matter of seconds. Now the really cool part about this is that it looks like a really involved effect, and it looks like it really took you a while to do it. But you and I both know it's only a matter of seconds, but the people you show it to, they don't have to know that.